What is going on, Jet fans? Matt O'Leary back with another video, and today we need to have a talk. There are some Jet fans who really need to get a grip on themselves, because what I've seen going around on social media in the last 24 hours or so, a little bit concerning. And what am I getting into here? The revisionist Jamal Adams love. So, as you well know, if you're a fan of the New York Jets, they traded Jamal Adams away in 2020 for multiple first-round picks. It was one of Joe Douglas's best moves as a New York Jet GM, and it has yielded Elijah Vera Tucker and Garrett Wilson. Phenomenal trade from Joe Douglas. Jamal Adams has gone to Seattle, and now it is very likely that the Seattle Seahawks will be cutting Jamal Adams this offseason. That seems like it is, again, the most likely outcome here is that Jamal is going to get cut by the Seattle Seahawks. And Jamal has kind of hinted loosely on social media that he is interested in coming back and playing with the New York Jets. And to that, I think most rational Jet fans say, no, thank you. No, I want no part of Jamal Adams. But there are some Jet fans who in 2024 are advocating, I'd go as far as saying advocating, wishing, wanting Jamal Adams back on this team. I am shocked by this. Jet fans, not all, but some, are a very delusional group of people. If you haven't watched Jamal Adams since 2019, since he was last on the team, just come out and say that. Just come out and say, you know what, I haven't watched Jamal over the last 4 years or so, and I don't know what it's like for him on the football field anymore. I just know he's a big name and that he used to be on my team, and then I liked him at the time, and then he left, and fans hated him, and I didn't think they were fair for it, or whatever the case may be. Just say you haven't watched him, because if you've, exclude the off the field for a second, which we'll get to in the second half of this video, he's not a good player anymore, especially for what the New York Jets need. Jordan Whitehead is expected to walk in free agency, as expected, but replacing Jordan Whitehead with Jamal Adams pretty much plays as a linebacker. He doesn't play back as a safety. A significant amount of his snaps are played in the box, on the line of scrimmage, blitzing, getting after the quarterback. He had that one season where he broke the record for sacks for a safety. He's not playing as a deep safety, which is what you would be needing to replace. He's absolutely horrible in coverage. That was never his strength, but specifically over the last few years has regressed in coverage, not very good in coverage, and he's never healthy anymore. Over the last 4 years, he's missed 4, 5, 16, and 8 games. This is not the same guy who was playing 16, 17 games every single year for the Jets for his first 2 to 3 years in the league. This is not the same guy. He has missed time every single year he's been with the Seattle Seahawks. The most amount of games he's played for them is 12. And last year he missed 9, and the year before that he missed 16. He only played in the first game of the year. Now let's get to the off the field stuff, because that's just as bad, if not worse, than him actually on the field. Now, some people with players who are good, they get the benefit of the doubt a little bit with some of their off the field stuff. And when it's a list this long and when the player is performing this poorly, it should not get that same pass. They shouldn't get a pass in general, but he forced his way out of the New York Jets in horrible fashion. It was embarrassing how he forced his way out. I get it, he didn't want to be here, and those will run to his defense and say that he saw the writing on the wall, that Adam Gase wasn't good, and he didn't want to play for Adam Gase and Greg. I get all that, but how it was handled was absolutely the wrong way to go about doing it. It was not a very pretty ending. Then he made light of mental health on the way out the door, claiming depression way after the fact, and really, again, in the video, in the podcast clip, making it seem like he was, suffering with these mental health issues, when that's not really what was happening based on what he was describing. It was just very bizarre to walk it back after he saw the reaction. He liked tweets claiming that Jet fans were being racist for how they were critical of how he handled his exit. And then this past year, he went after Connor Hughes' wife. The Jets beat reporter Connor Hughes, he went after his wife on social media. All around, bad guy. Not a good football player anymore, and not a good person either. And sometimes when you're a really good football player, you get a pass for not being a great guy off the field, and you just got to do whatever it takes for your team to win and all that. But bending your moral compass for 2024 Jamal Adams couldn't be me. Could not be me. I want zero part of Jamal Adams. I think he's closer to retirement than he is getting healthy and being a productive safety at this level. If he was brought in for the New York Jets, by the way, he'd be competing with Chaz Surratt for a roster spot at linebacker. He's not playing safety. I'd rather have Tony Adams than Ashton Davis back there. And I get it. Jamal Adams in his prime, totally different player. That's a reasonable conversation. That's why he yielded multiple first-round picks in a trade that Joe Douglas pulled off. But at this point of his career, even on the vet minimum, no shot. I want no shot of Jamal Adams on this football team. The Jets could do significantly better than that, number one. And number two, bringing him back after how everything ended, hard pass. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Once again, I'm Matt O'Leary. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you next time.